On ABC7 News Sunday morning, it is our holiday cookie contest. We're going to meet this year's finalists and find out about their delicious recipes coming up. Yes, it is so much fun to do this. It's the time of the year that we've been waiting for here at ABC7. It's because it's our third annual holiday cookie contest. And today we have 3 women from the Chicago area. They all have absolutely wonderful cookies. We've all been taste testing them here. Our behind-the-scenes staff has been testing them, and they're going to vote and find out who the winner is going to be. We'll reveal the winner coming up, but first we want to introduce all these women to you, and they're going to tell us about their cookies. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here on this Christmas Eve. Nice to have all of you. One of the other things I want to mention is we had so many people actually submit their recipes. These are the 3 top recipes that we thought, and that's why we invited you here. Nancy, I'd like to start with Nancy. Nancy Sanders is from Gurnee, and she has Angel Kiss cookies. And I found this very interesting. When you wrote us, you said this is a top secret recipe that's been in your family for like more than 20 years.
Yes.
Tell me about this tradition of kind of making these cookies, and why have this recipe so top secret?
Well, first of all, I made the recipe, actually, my brother inspired me because he likes white chocolate chip. And then I named them Angel Kiss cookies in memory of my mom and my sister. And once I started making them, everybody loved them, and I'd give them away as gifts and things of that nature, and they would ask me for the recipe. And I usually give recipes away willingly, but I decided this is the one I'm just going to create some mystery around so that it could be original and unique and no one else would have it, and that's why I've kept it secret all this time.
I found it particularly funny that your husband works at Abbott Labs, and there was a woman who actually wanted to take it to the lab and figure it out.
Right.
Kind of revealed the secret.
Exactly.
Did you have a panic attack at that point?
No, I knew they'd never get to it. I knew it was, there's more than just the ingredients. It's also a technique.
Okay, so as a whole, what's in your cookie? Since you're kind of giving it away now.
Brown sugar, white sugar flour, oatmeal flour, white chocolate chips, pecans, eggs, baking powder, baking soda, and a little bit of salt.
Perfect. All right. Thank you very much. Marie Dwyer was our second contestant. She's from Oak Park, and she has my dream cookie. And I know, Marie, you actually found this in a newspaper clipping years ago. When was that, and how did that unfold?
1979, and the paper was thrown away before I could try it, and a neighbor saved hers from her recycling for me. So the recipe was saved, and been making it for 27 years.
What's the name of these particular cookies?
Creamy cutouts.
And you have the exact opposite approach from Nancy. You've handed out this recipe. I mean, people obviously try it.
Yes.
And you've handed it out how many times, would you say?
Dozens.
Now, tell us about your cookie. What's in it? What makes it special?
I like cutout cookies and never was successful. They would always break or crumble when I frosted them, but this has cream cheese. And I think it's what keeps them stable. So it's our favorite. So
they are so delicate, though, because I was tasting all of them, actually, and they're so moist and delicate. Nothing like trying to crack it at all. It's so nice.
Thank you.
And the frosting?
Butter, cream, sugar, vanilla.
All right, excellent. So there we go. Contestant number 2, Marie Dwyer from Oak Park. And last but not least, we have Alicia Rallo. She's from Chicago. And what's the name of your cookie?
I call it Melt in Your Mouth Almond Spritz.
And you actually found out about this recipe because there was a patient.
Right. I worked in a medical clinic, and a patient brought cookies in to share with us. And I tasted one of the cookies, and I was like, oh, my God, these are the best cookies I've ever had.
They're fabulous.
And I asked him for the recipe, and he asked his wife, and she was gracious enough to share the recipe with me. And I've been making these cookies for 35 years.
I looked at this recipe, and like you had a really strange reaction because is it fair to say there's a really odd ingredient in it?
Very odd. Very odd. It requires 4 hard-boiled egg yolks.
And what do you do? Mash it with the rest of it? Or how does that work?
Hard-boil your eggs and then peel off the whites and just crush them up with a fork into fine pieces and add them to the dough and mix it in.
All right.
You'd never know.
all of them are fabulous. So I'm going to encourage all of you out there to go ahead and take a look at all of these recipes. We do have them. We're letting the secret out, Nancy. We do have all of these recipes on our website. And, of course, that address is abc7chicago.com. Be sure to roll over extra info, click on Weekend News. And we're going to reveal the winner coming up in our next half hour. Stay with us. We'll be back after the short commercial break.